Hey guys, it's Avenger, welcome back to the channel, and today we're looking at the Orbx PAC P-750 XSTOL. Now, this is the Pacific Aerospace PAC P-750, which comes from a development of their original PAC Cresco aircraft with a larger fuselage, with the same kind of engines and wings. Now, this one has a 750 horsepower Pratt & Whitney PT6 turboprop, and they're made in New Zealand. Now, this aircraft, of course, is available in multiple configurations. It's a super STOL aircraft, can land in kind of ranges of like 700 to 800 feet to 1,000 feet on certain runways. This aircraft is designed to either have 10 seats. It was originally intended for the skydive market, actually, and we get 4 versions here. Agriculture, seen here. We have cargo, with a cargo bay. We have a pod. Passenger, 10 seats. And we have a skydive version as well with bench seats. Now, this one can take 17 parachutists, by the way. It's quite a lot. But I'll be flying the agricultural one today just because it's an agricultural aircraft. I want to go crop dusting, okay? Now, as you see at the top here, or you will do, there, that's a hatch that gets opened up and a loader with a hopper comes up and just pours more in and off it goes. Keeps the engine running. They are a very, very, very efficient agricultural aircraft. Can do 140 knots cruise. Stall speed is about 58 knots. Idle power flaps down. 8 hours of endurance, which is great. At a range of 1,100 nautical miles. Service ceiling of about 20,000 feet. And ground roll at sea level of 721 feet. Landing distance 543. So this is STOL by the definition of it. Now, the Orbx version comes, of course, with the various unit models. Fully capable of IFR avionics, including different radio systems. Now, it only supports the TDI avionics add-on, not PMS. For those who have that. Custom-coded international gauges for monitoring engines, fuel, electronics. Accurate fuel and electronic systems. We have all circuit breakers functioning. Passenger and cargo variants with cargo pod, openable, animated doors. Skydive variant has a unique interior. Skydive door, jump lights, and pilot-operated handle for high-speed descent capability. I might try that. Now, the agricultural variant has unique, of course, exterior and interior modelling. The hopper is animatable and operable by the pilot. Like I said, it supports the TDS GTNXI, has dimmable interior lighting, integrated tablet for configurations of settings, and 13 liveries across the different versions. Let's go take a look, shall we? Now, this is the tablet. I think it's a little over complicated, seeing as you could have added 3 switches on the panel. I like the fact that for once we have something jacked into the power with a USB cord, but this is all the tablet does. Ground power connected, disconnected. TDS or not, kilos and pounds, gallons. That's it. The entire function of the tablet. Now, I believe, where is the actual handle control for the hatch? There's one of these, I'm sure. What are you? Do you have power? I need to put power on. Let's see what we've got actually operating here. Avionics are down here. Do you do anything? And where is my controls for my hatch? Of course, we've got our cockpit controls here for our kind of clamshell cockpit doors. Now, in the back, of course, we're going to have tanks in this variant, being an agricultural model. I'm trying to work out where the actual handle is for that, because it should be controllable from the cockpit. Where that ends up being, though, is another matter entirely. There's our parking brake, there's our fuel valve. Fuel is in. Elevator trim, autopilot master. Because we've got our autopilot, we've got our GPS, we've got our transponder. Useful electronics in the aircraft. All of our switches down here. Circuit breakers do actually function. Well, most of them at least. Fuel pumps on, those are on. You can actually pull the vent around, which is nice to have, but not, you know, incredibly useful. Electronic HSI, useful, quite like that. Voice alarm. Ooh, annoy me. Annoy me. So annunciator panels light in day mode. I do like the electronic instruments up here. The markers make it very convenient to see what numbers are doing what, which is a nice touch. I just want to work out where my actual hopper controls are. Because you would think it'd be something like that. Maybe if I kind of go... Where's my controller? I always put it on the floor and then can never find it. That's because it's upside down into my hands. Okay. So, of course, we've got our spray unit under there. This is more for fertilizer rather than for, you know, insecticide spraying, so it's different slightly in that regard. Do I have to be back here to click some of these? Because sometimes you have to be in a different position. All the various electronics for the agricultural systems down there. And that's the hopper up there. How I get that to work is another matter entirely. Let's go in the back here. Now, obviously, we can open and close the doors by clicking the handle. Which does mean you have to kind of squidge your way over here. It would have been nice to have the door controls on the tablet as well. That might be an update they could probably do here, because really inconvenient to get to when you're actually trying to do that kind of thing. Let's put this down here. Let's go back to the cockpit and try and work this out. I didn't see reference to it anywhere else, which is the annoying part. Now, it should be above our heads. Or somewhere up here. There we go. Hopper hatch. There we go. Hopper hatch is open. Okay. So we did the hopper. At least we got that part right eventually. We'll do that. Doesn't really seem to move, so it's not like you know it's done it. Right, let's get this thing started up, shall we? So, ignition on, starter on. Throttle is idle. Prop low. Fuel is technically in already because the sim's stupid sometimes where it leaves my levers. We have got start, I think. I did that whole thing wrong because the sim had already decided it had it in there. There we go, engine start. Okay. We have power. Now, engine's not super loud, which I'm really kind of disappointed by. It should be a lot louder than it is, but it is on the quiet side. I do have my engine sounds down generally. I do like the mirrors. But this is quiet even for that, and there's no noticeable difference in the windows open and closed. Alright, so let's get ourselves out of here and go fly, shall we? That's what we're here to do. Get ourselves to the runway here at Invercargill. Right on South Island, New Zealand. Take a right here and we'll depart. Actually, we'll go left. Right. All the systems are... Oh, I stuck it into beta range by accident there. Today appears to be my day, doesn't it? Really the best day to go flying at 10 feet off the ground. This is going to be wise. Creaky aircraft, which feels nice. I do like it when they add some ambience into the sounds environment of an aircraft. Okay, we are taking off. Ease off the runway. We're not desperately trying to get ourselves killed here. Keep torque at the right level. Flaps coming up here. We're going to find ourselves a nice field to screw around with. Because realistically, you're buying this, you're buying it for its crop dusting ability. The cargo and passenger versions are cool and definitely unique. A low wing, trike gear, bush plane. It's a weird concept, but it does work. Right. Now, where are we going to work? These fields are all small and convenient, where you can do it with a normal, you know, tractor. Let's hit this one to our left. So we're going to come around here, we're going to set up for our first pass down the field and see how she performs. Which would be nice to have some effects in terms of spray deployment, but there you go. It's definitely more of a novelty aircraft, I think, than some, but it's fun, that's for sure. Okay, so you'll note the nose is going up when I'm turning here. That's because I'm doing a skidding turn, not a coordinated turn. I'm keeping my upper wing back, which means that it has got a higher angle of attack. So when one of the wings stalls from this ridiculous procedure and tight turn, it'll be the upper one, which means I'll roll level rather than the back one being low if I'm actually doing a coordinated turn. And if the back one is low, the bottom one is low, sorry, then I will roll over and down. Hi, trees. Power back. Bulb that turn. Tight turn. Probably going to protest. But we'll see if she can do it. Come on, round we come. We can, and we will. This is very, very difficult. Trying to keep it balanced here. Come drop over the trees, and we'll drop in. And we're along the field there. Works well. Past this tree, we're off that plot, so we'll come up to our right, open up the turn. We're kind of bulbing it a little bit here. And then we keep that same pedal in. So the back up wing is back. And we pull her around with power and pitch. Really tight, high angle turn. Rolls the aircraft over to one side and brings us around super tight. And there's our next track, which we'll have to kind of cut past this tree here to get onto. But we should be okay. We'll just do one more pass and call it good, I think. But flying low is something you have to get used to. Definitely in terms of ability and procedure, it's about technique. Definitely cutting that a little bit short. Round, open it up, and keep the top wing back. Angle of attack is what will make a wing stall first, because the airflow will be at a more acute angle, because it's a higher angle of attack to the airflow. Therefore, if one of the wings is going to stall because of the change in direction, and that's because of the angle of attack on the wing is what will cause a stall. If you can make sure it's the one that's the predictable one, you'll not die. We like predictability because it again means we don't die. Okay, roller in here. This is an enjoyable aircraft, actually. There is something to be said about flying this low. And I wish Farming Sim had these, because I would love fertilizing fields a hell of a lot more if I could do it in a plane. A hell of a lot more. Right. Let's go back to Invercargill, shall we, and put her on the ground. Where are you? Airport, over to our 12 o'clock, I think. Yeah, its behaviour is quite nice. It's predictable in terms of what I want it to do. And it isn't asking a lot from me. The sounds are disappointing. They're generic, they're kind of quiet, they're muted. Almost sounds like the default Caravan, really. But texture-wise, it's okay. It's not going to win an award, but it's certainly not bad. The functions and features are quite cool. I like that a lot. We're going to try and abuse the aircraft here and see what it will do. So let's get that configured. Configured there. Let's see what she'll do here. Let's see what she'll do. This is taking the piss, but I'm down for that. Okay, we're going to go for the threshold exactly. Where are you? There you are. Keep my eyes on it. It's definitely predictable in terms of its flight model. I like how it's responding to me. This is where we don't stand on the brakes. We just give it a little bit of forward throttle. We were about there when we were stopped, so that will do. We were about here when we stopped. Okay. Parking brake is on. And... yeah, that'll do. First landing in the aeroplane, and that's how short we can land. It's turboprop, it's expected, but it's definitely on the stall side. Yeah. Before the first touchdown marker. So marker a good plane. And for something that has the capacity of this, that's pretty decent. It looks unique, it's fun, and you can go crop dusting. Enjoyable. Fast as well, 140 knot cruise speed, so even if you're taking it for cargo or for example, let's turn the engine off, let's go back inside here. Shut down there. Let that stop. Even if you're in cargo or passengers, it's going to be a fun, unique aircraft, actually. And I think the cargo, passenger, and Skydive variants are uniquely different enough to make this a fun aircraft. So, price is, I believe, in the region of 46 Australian dingaroos. I'm not sure what they actually use for their currency over there other than koalas. But 46 or so. It's on the Orbx store through their launcher. Probably the best launcher out there in terms of availability of products. The Sim, it's the easiest, most convenient, and one of the oldest launchers out there. I know some people don't like them, but the FTX one is good. I'm in support of this. I think the sounds need to be updated, and maybe a couple of other things tweaked, and maybe add things like the door controls, etc., and any other bits and pieces to the tablet to make it more useful. Maybe add another moving map function to there, like a lot of other tablets have. Would be practical and useful, make it more than just 3 switches. And I'd really like support for the PMS units, because I'm not happy it only has TDS, TDI, TDS, ABC. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'm going to give this one a thumbs up, actually, for a wildcard position. Thanks for watching. Bye.